No protection candles today.
Oh, good.
Just prop candles.
I need a little bit of a warning if we have a protection. I try to look at the episode beforehand so I can pre-warn myself.
Don't you worry. Okay. Should we get into it?
We shall, Miss Girl.
Today's episode.
37!
37 is crazy.
Honestly.
Just in of itself, 37 is very crazy. I think that this one, it may be our witchiest episode at the moment, because we're talking about spells today.
Mm-hmm.
Okay, I'm gonna just do the intro because then I'm gonna start talking even more. Okay. Welcome to Tea Tales and Talks, where we drink some tea, cover a few mystical tales, and talk about a lot of spooky stuff. I'm Sarah, I'll be your host.
And I'm Mackenzie, I'll be your co-host.
All we ask is that you pour yourself a cup and
don't let your tea get cold.
All right.
Set the scene as like an old hovel in the woods as we talk about spells.
That's kind of a good one.
Mm-hmm.
In this episode, we are casting some spells. Not really, but we will be diving into some stories of spells gone wrong, love spells, luck spells, revenge spells, spells that have backfired, spells that have gone right also.
Mm-hmm.
So grab a witchy cup and your trusty spell book. You may need both for this episode.
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm.
Okay. We are casting a spell on you guys today. Okay, not really. We're actually just exploring the witchy world of spells and casting spells. We're just talking about it. All kinds of spells, but I am focusing a lot on the concept of spells gone wrong, or like spells backfiring on you, because we got to keep things interesting over here.
Yep.
As we do. Have you ever wanted to get back at somebody who hurt you?
Mm-hmm.
Maybe really wanted a crush to like you back? Wanted to generate some good luck or wealth into your life? Odds are you've probably thought about the concept of spells at least once in your life, and maybe even gone as far as to cast one yourself. But the funny thing about magic or God or the universe or whatever powers that be, or life itself, it doesn't always exactly work the way that we want it to. You know the saying, be careful what you wish for because you just might get it.
Mm-hmm.
And a lot of the things that we're going to talk about are prime examples of that. This topic is honestly coming at... Oh, okay.
She remembers.
I remember. This topic is coming at a really wonderful time because as of recording, a new scary movie just came out.
Oh my gosh, yay.
For those of us that enjoy the horror genre, the new movie Obsession just came out. And the premise of the movie is this boy has a crush on his friend that's a girl, and he goes to some store and he finds this, it's called a wish willow. Okay. So it's not, I thought it was a candle originally, but it's like a piece of wood or something, and you break it, you snap it in half, and you make a wish, and then it comes true. So he makes a wish for the girl to like him back. But then she like kind of becomes possessed by a demon and starts being super freaky and obsessed with him and starts killing people. It's a whole thing.
Wow.
So that is like a amazing example of a spell that backfires because you got what you wanted, but there's some consequences there.
Yeah, be careful why you want it.
Yes.
What you get when you want it.
Obviously that's a dramatized...
They took it and ran with it.
Yes, they did. But I haven't watched the movie yet. I really want to, though.
It's out?
It's out. And when this comes out, it will have been out for a while.
Out.
But I would encourage people who like horror movies to watch that one. Also because the director is, like, a young...
Up and coming?
Yeah. I really hate the word indie, like indie director, indie film, because it's not that, like... He's really, really good, but...
He's just new.
And he's young, and he's
up and coming.
He's got very, very good ideas. Anyways, that segues into us talking about spells. Woo! So, I am going to get into... Oh, I have my tarot cards in my hand. I've had them for about 5 minutes. I'll do one little reading, and then we'll get into spells and casting.
Whoop, whoop.
Okay. I'm just gonna do one card today, okay? We're just pulling.
Oh. Oops. She said I'm gonna pull one, but they said no, pull me.
And me.
They all tried to jump out at the same time.
I'm just gonna do. Woo!
Two,
Nope.
2, 5,
4,
10. They all just jumped out at the same time.
So I'm not really. Oh, okay. I'm not really.
Got 4.
Yeah, I don't really want to do a reading. I just want to pull these cards, and I'll tell you what they are, and then you guys can figure it out. Okay.
I love it.
We have the 8 of Cups.
8.
There's 8 of Cups. Usually 8 of Cups will signify, this is the way that I interpret it, is like leaving behind things that no longer serve you. That is, and I'm just gonna say that. Okay. The next card is the Page of Wands. I'm taking it upright. I don't want any reversals today. The Page of Wands. So the Page of Wands is this guy holding this big stick.
Period. You guys make your reference as you will.
However, the way that I interpret this one is that he's kind of admiring this stick. And wands are the first step of like a journey. It's like a new thing is starting. So I think that this one could be finding something new or finding something that I want to say finding something that resonates with you and kind of putting your focus into that. That's all I'll say about that one. Next we have 2 of Swords. I always interpret 2 of Swords because it's a 2. It's about balance. Yes, in a sense it's about balance, but it's also about trusting your intuition to choose the right path for yourself, basically. So in the card, the girl is sitting with 2 swords and she's blindfolded, so she can't really see what's going on, but I think it's about trusting that you know which way to go. Mm-hmm. And then we have Ace of Cups. Ace of Cups is a good one. In general, in every reading, Ace of Cups means an overflow, basically, of emotions. Positive emotions, I would say in most cases. Yeah. It's not really about manifestation, but it's like, it's the way I interpret this one is basically like, you've heard the saying of like filling up your own cup before you can fill up other people's cups. This symbolizes your cup is full and overflowing. So it's a good one. You got a full cup.
Beautiful.
And more.
Got some to give.
Yes. So that's the little journey of the cards today. Take that for whatever it means to you. I don't know.
Up to you.
Okay. Now we can get into spells and casting.
Woohoo. I should have brought my Harry Potter wand.
Oh.
That's okay.
Should have. It's okay. But we do like to keep things witchy over here. So I'm going to explain a couple things about spells and casting. I personally have dabbled in a ritual or two in my life. And have done a couple like little spells and little castings. And sometimes a spell can be as simple as saying a prayer or lighting a candle, as I do often. While other spells require a little bit more intention and focus, and sometimes will employ the use of tools. I'll add, this is off the books, but I'm gonna add a little disclaimer. Tools are not necessary. Like, okay, I have my props here. I have my little, I'll post a picture of these.
Get.
Spell candles are like, if you've seen stuff on TikTok or Instagram when people do spells, you will often see these little, they're pretty small, they look like crayons.
They do.
They're like tall, skinny candles, usually in different colors. The colors mean things. Also, these are unused, so evidently I'm not doing that many spells. But you can use spell candles like this. You can use regular candles. You can use, a lot of people will use herbs and oils and salt. Salt is a big one. sometimes using like lemons or oranges. Like all of these things have specific meanings. Some people use bones in their practice.
Yep.
That all has a specific meaning. It doesn't mean you need to use those for everything, but sometimes they help, and it depends on what specifically you're doing. All right. That being said, I think that this is the most addictive and attractive aspect of witchcraft in the context of people who are not entirely familiar as to what witchcraft actually is, like spells in general. The idea of being able to cast a spell, or that there are spells basically for anything that you could ever think of. Money spells, good luck spells, love spells, hexes, making your annoying neighbor move away spells. Yes, there are spells for that. Literally anything that you can think of, but it's not as simple as I make a wish and then this thing happens. Yeah.
If only, guys.
If only it were that easy, but the laws of the universe do not allow us to do that.
That would be too much power.
Yeah. So I'm also bringing up manifesting because we talk about manifesting all the time, right? Like even before the podcast, we would talk about stuff like that. And I feel like manifesting has become a super, it's like a mainstream thing, like trend right now.
Yes.
That people talk about manifestation, and these are the tricks and tips and
on trend right now. Yes.
Whatever, yeah. All of these how-to videos and whatever. And while I do believe in manifestation and believe that you can attract things into your life, it's also not that simple. It's not as simple as I want this thing and now I have it, or I want that person and now they're with me. Unfortunately, it's not that simple.
No.
I'm just giving like a little basic into kind of what witchcraft is and what magic is, and it's very brief, it's very in simple terms. I'm not going in depth about it, but just to give like a little basic understanding before we talk about the spell stuff. Everything is made up of energy, and now that is an explanation both spiritually and scientifically. Energy cannot be created or destroyed. It can only be transferred or mutated.
Yep.
Hey, that's like, call a scientist and they'll tell you the same thing.
They'll confirm it. It's not us.
Yes.
It's fact.
So is true in the basis of witchcraft. And like I said, I'm not an expert on this. I just know a little bit about a lot of things. Okay, this is one of the things that I know a little bit about. And I'm not going into the entirety of what witchcraft is, but the craft has to do with energy, period. How we interact with it, how we use it, and it's like a connection to life itself, and everything in it is the basis of what witchcraft is. Yes, it can involve things and tools, like I said, like candles and herbs and altars and crystals and moon water and pendulums. Like there's an endless amount of tools that you can also use.
You can pick which one you like.
Exactly. But at its core, it's working with energy. That's what a pendulum is. Using your energy to predict things or to get some answers. And everything has its own energy, so using certain things for certain things. And then I included this little thing that says magic goes where energy flows.
Yep.
I think that is like the synopsis of everything I said. Spells are a category within this, but spells are not, I would say, in my personal opinion, spells are not the like focus of what witchcraft and stuff is. That's not, it's an aspect of it, but it's not the main
the
purpose
whole thing.
and the yeah. Exactly. Simply put, a spell is meant to manipulate energy, pulling something in or pushing something away, changing something from one thing into another, in simplest terms. So now that you understand the foundation of all of it, we can get into spells. Now, spells are typically done by using tools, like I said, to harness a certain energy and transfer it or mutate it to do what you will it to do. Spells could be positive in nature, like trying to attract money into your life or blessings to somebody close to you, or negative, like putting a hex or a curse on someone or making somebody have bad luck. But I would also like to point out, in terms of positive and negative, I'm saying those things loosely because most things in the world are neutral. It's just how we identify them that makes them good or bad.
Yep, it's our perspective.
Yes, and I think this is kind of like not to be religious, but when people say only God can judge, it's because we as humans don't really have the capacity to fully understand what is good and what is not good, because we don't see the entire picture of everything. That's not to say like killing somebody is fine.
It's good. It's fine. It's okay.
No, like there are some things that are universally you shouldn't be doing it, but
killing somebody that like killed your parent or your like there's
nuance to everything.
Yes.
Like I think it's the same thing with like, well, even that as an example, if you kill somebody who killed somebody close to you, you're the same as that person.
Yeah, you're not
right.
any better.
You're not good because you right.
Yeah.
Like it's super nuanced. It's not nothing is simple.
No, it's not black and white. There's so many shades of gray.
So that being said, most things that happen in life and most energy, I think in general, is pretty neutral. It's more so the way that you identify it. And when people in like the spiritual world talk about like positive, negative energy or like feminine, masculine energy, it doesn't mean feminine doesn't mean girl.
No.
It means like, okay, getting a little woo-woo into this stuff, but it's like yin and yang. It's a push and pull. Balance. It's just opposite sides of the coin. Energy. That's just what it is. And that's kind of the best way to explain it. Okay. There is also the idea of intention. This will come up a lot especially in spell work, is your intention. And intention is everything except that it's really not. It's only part of the equation. When you set a spell into motion, something is going to happen because things set in motion typically stay in motion. Yeah. That's also another scientific law, like of physics. Newton's. Call your scientist again, ask them about this.
Newton's third law.
Things that something are in motion stay in motion. If that makes us a little more credible. Before we get into the next section, I actually want to read. This is like the different colors of
the
candles, spell candles, and what they all mean. It's just for some extra knowledge, okay? One thing that I'm going to give a mini shout out in this episode, but our friend Haley at Moonbrew's podcast, she's a practicing witch and she knows much more than we do on all of these topics. And if you go to her podcast Instagram, she has videos of her doing some spells and things. So if you ever have like you need to visualize, then go to her page because she'll show you what's up, okay? Okay, so for the different spell candles, this is what the different colors means. White usually means purity, peace, spiritual clarity, new beginnings. Also, white is an interesting one because white can be used in like to replace a different color if you don't have it.
Oh, okay.
The same is true with some crystals. Using clear quartz, it can help to either amplify something or to substitute something, gotcha. Which is kind of interesting.
That's nice.
Red usually means passion, physical energy, courage, and lust. So usually used for things related to passion. Mm-hmm. It could be anger, passion. It could be love, passion, but it's like things with higher energy or things that you want to happen quickly. It's like a fast
urgency.
Yeah. Mm-hmm. Green, of course, means abundance, prosperity, financial success. It can also mean physical healing and growth. Green, growth, you know. Mm-hmm, mm-hmm. Orange means creativity, joy, ambition, and motivation. This is also just in color theory. Orange is a good motivating color because it like stimulates your attention.
Yeah, but it's not as aggressive as red.
Mm-hmm. And yes, exactly. It's not as aggressive as red. It can also be used to attract positive attention towards you or towards something else. Mm-hmm. Yellow means intellect, focus, mental clarity, and confidence. Yellow is often associated, I think, more with like air energy. So it's like thinking and intellectual things. Mm-hmm. This one is pretty good for things related to like school or studying, that sort of a thing. Blue means peace, emotional healing, truth, and harmony. Usually blue candles are good for communicating and also for meditation because I think that blue is more of like a grounding color in terms of
Water calm.
yes.
A mix of movement and stillness in a way.
Purple, and I got this one right, okay? It means intuition, psychic ability, spiritual power, and wisdom. Usually these ones are good to use when you're doing something related to like spirituality or like yourself, because it's kind of like associating with your higher power or like getting connected better. Black candles mean protection, banishing, releasing, and neutralizing negativity. These ones are especially good for cutting cords or banishing something. Yes, banishing something from your life. Also, black candles in general, good for protection. Okay, I think that's perfect. I don't want to get into all of the like sparkly and silver. Like, it's okay.
The gold, the
We're good.
brown. There's a lot.
There's a lot, and in general, the same. Like, it kind of is color psychology in a sense, and the same applies or similarly applies to crystals, and I don't know what other things are like color coded in spiritual practice. Oh, your chakras too. That's in the spiritual sense.
There's colors associated with each one.
Yes, and
Your
in
aura.
doing yes, exactly. Yeah,
The color
that
of your
is
aura.
so true. What else? Well, okay, so for the chakras one, if you're doing, let's say, a personal spell, like I want to open up my heart chakra. Heart chakra is green, so you would use a green candle to align more with that.
There we go.
That's how those things can connect. Those are some basics of spells in general. I won't. Maybe one day we'll give you a little how to do a little nice blessing spell or something. But for now,
We'll leave it to our friend the expert.
yes, we'll leave it to the experts, because everything that I've said, also you should probably take with a grain of salt, because I'm not really a practicing witch. I just know some stuff.
Yeah.
And do some stuff. And if it works, it works. And if not, then it not.
It does not.
So
We just go with the flow.
we go with the flow. Now I want to get into focusing on the quote-unquote spells backfiring and spells gone wrong.
Spells that gonna go right.
I put a spell on you. And basically why, some explanations as to why perhaps your spell didn't work or went awry. These are some explanations.
Here to troubleshoot with you.
Sometimes you don't get exactly what you want. Sometimes you get the opposite of what you want. There could be a number of reasons why a spell may not work or could, quote, backfire, and usually these are broken into a few main concepts or explanations, and a few of these actually align with the laws of the universe.
Crazy, because it's energy, and there's a balance.
Everything's energy.
Balance, and there's a pendulum, and it swings both ways.
Firstly, is the most common concept ever, I think. The concept of karma. A lot of people in general, as well as specifically practitioners of magic, and by the way, when I say magic, I'm not talking about Harry Potter magic. I'm talking about magic
With a K.
with a K. Okay? Like
Magic.
magic, okay? Like the ancient form of magic, not Harry Potter.
Magic. Even
What
though
is
I
it-
mentioned my wand.
What's one of the spells?
Expelliarmus.
What's the one that makes somebody float? Expecto Patronum.
Expecto Patronus.
I don't know. I haven't watched Harry Potter in so long.
I have not seen all of the movies.
Wingardium Leviosa.
That's
the
one.
floating one. That's the floating one, I think, right?
Yep.
Leviosa.
Whatever.
I don't know. Levioso.
Yeah, not the series that I got into.
We're not talking about that kind of magic, okay?
No, the one with the K.
Neither abracadabra, okay?
No bunny coming out of a hat.
No. But just needed to make that distinction.
Probably should have done it at the beginning, but
Yes.
hey,
It's okay.
But
If you
you're-
made it this far,
you're
now
in
you know.
for it.
Now you get it. Specifically, practitioners of magic, some believe in the idea of a universal system that tracks the good and bad things or deeds and delves out necessary rewards or punishments relative to those things to keep a sort of karmic balance.
Yep.
While this is, in my belief, something that is technically real, it's not that cut and dry. As most things, it's not that simple.
And if you think it is, it will then prove you wrong.
Oh yeah. Usually people think of karma as, I was rude to this person and now someone is going to be equally as rude to me. That's not quite how it works. Simply put, karma is, again, energy-based in the sense that what energy you put out will return to you in some way, shape, or form. Now, not everyone even really believes in that concept of karma, that it will come back to you. Some people don't believe that, but talking about it in the way that what you put out comes back to you, it's usually not in like an equal odds thing. It's not the equivalent. It's rarely ever an eye for an eye. So that example that I used, it's not going to be you do something and the same thing happens to you. Sometimes it will be
worse.
Or it's like, I was rude to you and then 10 years later some other person screwed me over. It's like, it's very,
it's not one thing,
it's all
and then
very
the
strange.
other.
Yes. In terms of spells, karma isn't one of the main driving forces behind a spell gone wrong. However, some people believe that, for example, because they cast a harmful spell, that now something harmful happened to them instead or as a consequence. And they would be wrong, but it's just not exactly like that. But kind of a good way to explain this is this theory, the karma theory, and also the next one that I'm getting into, it's kind of more so people trying to make a connection between cause and effect.
Yep. As everybody wants to do.
Yes. But it's not as simple as I did this and this happened.
No.
Sometimes it's like that, but not always. And in the case of spells.
And magic.
And energy even, it's kind of not. Yeah. Yeah. Another concept
I'm excited for this one.
The idea of the monkey's paw. If you've never heard of this.
I haven't.
Ooh. You're in for a real one.
My dad had a monkey.
Oh, really?
Yeah. Growing up, my dad had a monkey.
Oh my god.
My grandpa got them a monkey. It was like one of those like spider monkeys. His name was Harry.
Oh my gosh.
So tell me about the monkey paws.
Monkeys are kind of freaky.
They are very freaky.
This idea, the idea of the monkey paw, stems from a 1902 horror short story, basically entailing a story of somebody who bought a monkey paw that was meant to grant wishes, and while it did grant wishes, it also had disastrous consequences. So basically the idea is that you wish for something and it happens, but then something very horrible happens to you or people around you as a result.
Oh, so like you can have something good, but you have to pay for it.
Yes, exactly. Like, it's gonna cost you. This kind of plays into the same concept of karma in the way of keeping the scales balanced, sort of. In terms of spells and spell work, this could backfire, for example, doing a money spell to get a certain amount of money, but then you get into a car accident and someone has to pay X amount through insurance or something. So, like, yeah, you got the thing that you wished for, but the way that you got it was, like, not a very good thing.
Yeah. At the detriment to somebody else or yourself.
You got exactly what you wanted, like, exactly what you wanted, but now you have a broken leg and no car.
Yep.
But you got that
money.
$200.
So it's a little bit more, but
it's
unless it was at your fault, but still.
That is obviously like an extreme horror movie level concept of spell backfiring, but it doesn't really work like, also in general, it doesn't really work like that either. Like that, the concept of the monkey paw is also not really true.
As like one for one.
It's not the like the same like
literal
eye for an eye or something good happens, which means something bad equally as bad has to happen. That's also not exactly how things work in life. Another possibility is counter interference. This is an interesting one. So somebody blocking the spell or returning to sender.
I have to do that all the freaking time.
Return to sender?
Yeah, because we live in an apartment. So do you know how many people have lived in my apartment?
Oh.
So I go to my mailbox, and honestly, the flyers are the only thing that's for us. Anyways, so I constantly, that's why one of my favorite pen that I lost, I had it in there so I could write return to sender every time I would grab flyers, because there's at least one mail that's not for us. Yeah, so tell me more about return to sender.
Return to sender it's kind of like, well, okay, this one is kind of weird because it means that whatever spell you're trying to do, the person is aware of it happening. So in the same way of like getting mail, you're like, I don't want this. I know I see it in front of me. I don't want it. I'm sending it back.
Yeah.
But this is like energetically somebody can
blocking
like,
it.
Yes, maybe feel what you're doing, or if they're also a practitioner and they're like, I know what you've been up to. So they can counteract what's going on. Yeah. Mm-hmm. Or I added this was my own little theory, is that they have like heavy spiritual protection over them.
Yeah.
So sometimes your spell maybe won't permeate because they've got a lot of wards up, or they protect themselves.
It's not as strong as it needed to be to actually get in.
This one is pretty simple. It just means that somebody blocked the energy that you were sending and possibly returned it back to you. This could look like trying to curse somebody, only for you to end up with that same curse because it was counteracted and sent back to you.
Oh, no.
There are some things that you can do if you do, like, okay, this is what I do sometimes, is doing an egg cleanse. If you feel like somebody put some bad juju onto you, or perhaps evil eye onto you, you do an egg cleanse, and that is basically you.
Tell me more, Sarah.
Basically, you take an egg, a raw egg, and you hold it, and you have to like put your intention of what you're trying to do. I'm trying to cleanse myself, and all of the negative stuff goes into the egg.
Yep.
And eggs are really good because they symbolize protection as well, and because they're protective shell around the baby, whatever. Then you have to like kind of low-key rub it all over your whole body, like starting head to toe.
Yep.
And with the constantly putting your intention into it, anything negative is going into the egg. Then you fill a glass with water, you crack the egg into the water, and then you will see sometimes it has the white, the yolk should sink. If it doesn't, that means something specific. It also could mean that the egg is really old, but
I mean the egg is
like rotten, but that also means something as well.
Yeah. Don't use a rotten
but
egg.
Usually you can read the white egg whites in the water. So if the whites are really cloudy, that means something. If there's a lot of bubbles, that means something. If there's like little spikes coming out, that means something. If it looks like spider webs,
I want to do an egg reading.
That means something. And then, like, for an example, in this case, if you're like, I know somebody did this, and now I'm gonna return to sender. I want them to deal with this instead of me. You can put some things inside the water. Things like salt is really good for protection because it'll protect you from any backlash, basically. You can put pepper in there. I forget what pepper does. You can put...
Makes you sneeze.
Yeah. You could put red chili peppers or like cayenne. Spicy stuff, which makes it gives it a little, like, red means passion. It also means intensity. It also means fast working. Yeah. So you put that in there, and then you put it in the toilet, and you don't look at it, and you flush it down the toilet.
The whole time you can't look at it?
Yeah. And you're not supposed to, when it's in the glass, you're not supposed to look over the glass, just like through.
Okay.
So you don't like get the
back at
the stuff back.
Yeah. Oh my god, you get it out and then it comes
and
right
then you're just like,
back.
oh, I guess.
Oh, let me just drink
suck it back
right
in.
back in. Oh, it's there. Yeah, let me just have it again.
So that is an example of what you could do if you ever needed to do a return to sender. That's like a counteract. That would be a counteractive thing. So, okay, so that's not technically your spell backfiring, right? If you did a spell on somebody and then they did
the cleanse,
a cleansing thing or a return to sender spell, it doesn't mean yours didn't work, or it doesn't mean that yours quote unquote backfired. It means that it was intercepted and shot right back at you.
Cool.
Yeah.
It's like neutralized.
Yes.
The energy was met and neutralized.
The next one is something a little bit more internal, the concept of potentially misaligned thoughts or beliefs or knowledge. This one has to do with your internal processes not aligning with what you're trying to do. So maybe you hold on to self-doubt or skepticism in your work, or your focus, or your spell is not very clear. This one is also one that's a little bit more specific to people who are not well versed in what they're doing. Like, they don't really know, they're just dabbling.
Just testing the waters.
So they don't know all the ins and outs of things that you should be doing. This is where I say that intention isn't always everything, because you may have wanted something to happen in a certain way, but it doesn't. And that could be because you weren't clear in what you were speaking into the world. You weren't focused, like you weren't actually attentive and focused. Or you were unsure, or you just really didn't know what you were doing.
Yep.
Most of the things, by the way, in this section specifically, I'm taking it directly from this Reddit thread that was
right from the source, guys.
Right from the source, which was about spells not working, and a lot of this information came from the user T Didakai. I don't know if that's how you say it. They have the word T, so I guess they're one of us.
That's how we've identified them.
We've identified them, and they put a lot of these points in like a very eloquent way as well, so if anybody wants to go and look that up. Sometimes this happens to newer practitioners, like I said, or people who are just playing around because they don't have the fundamental knowledge of what they're doing and how to do it properly. An example of a backfired spell having to do with this could be something simple like casting a spell for a specific person to fall in love with you, but you frame it as he's gonna fall in love with the person he loves most or the person he's meant to be with. And surprise, surprise, that person wasn't you.
Oh, shit.
Or this was an example given by the person who wrote this huge comment. If you do a freezer spell on somebody, I'll tell you what that is in a second. If you put somebody in the freezer, this is not a true crime podcast. I mean that in a spell way. You're not putting somebody in the freezer physically.
I'm too true crime.
You know, and I put in brackets, if you know, you know. Like, for example, somebody that you don't like, so that they're stuck in life. Now they're stuck, but they're stuck in your life.
Oh,
because you didn't do the necessary steps to get rid of them.
You fucked yourself over.
Distance yourself, and then you can do that. No, you just went straight in. So that is like an example of you didn't have the knowledge of the full process. You saw a TikTok video that said, put your ex in the freezer and and you'll see what happens. Okay, so a freezer spell. The way that I've never done one of these and I kind of want to, but I also feel a little bit bad simply because I always feel bad. I always feel bad about,
because you're a good person,
putting anything not good onto people. I just do.
I know.
Even though I'm like, I don't even wish you good things, but I just can't.
I can't say I wish you the best.
I can't say I
wish you neutral things.
I wish you neutral
I wish
things.
you get what you deserve.
That's how I like to frame it.
Wish you get exactly how you treat other people, so that you can realize.
I hope for you to go through the lessons that you need to go through.
Yes.
And I hope it's not easy and you can't just scoot by all of them.
Run through.
That's the way I like to frame it. Anyways, if you like to be a little bit more proactive about things and take it into your hands, you could do a freezer spell. And usually, I've never done one, so I don't know exactly the process. This is not a how-to. I'm just telling you what it is.
Is it like an ice cube thing?
Well, in a sense, you get a jar and you can write some things down. Maybe it's about a person. Maybe it's like a specific thing. Maybe it's like the person's name. Maybe you put a picture of the person inside of a jar. And then you fill the jar. You fill it with water. Then you fill it with chili peppers if you want to
expedite this.
Spice up their life a little. You can put different herbs. You can put a bunch of stuff.
You can put whatever you want in there.
Based on what you're trying to do.
Your intentions.
You close the lid. You seal it up. You put it in the back of your freezer. And you leave it for however long you want to leave it. It could be for one day. And you're like, I just want them to have the worst day of their life. and then you take it out and you get rid of it and it's fine. Maybe you
Oh shit.
maybe you put it in there, maybe you forget about it. Maybe you forget about it for months and months and months and months and you don't realize it, and then you're like, oh my god,
I left him in the freezer.
I left him in the freezer for so long and now he lost his job, his wife divorced him, he like gained 50 pounds, he's an alcoholic, he has a gambling addiction, he's bald. Hey,
sucks to suck.
That's neither here nor there, but
if those all happen to you, you might be in a freezer.
You might be in a freezer. So the I don't think that that's exactly what would happen, but the
but
idea,
not good things are gonna happen.
the idea of the freezer is that you put a freeze on their life, like you make them stuck in something specific. If you want them to be stuck in having really bad days over and over, like really bad luck, okay, they're stuck in that for a little bit. If you want them to be stuck in something else, so that's kind of the idea for that one. I personally feel like I'm in somebody's freezer right now, the way my life is going. So
get me the fuck out of there.
I'm also, if one of you has me in the freezer,
I swear to God,
get me out. It's cold in there.
Please.
I've also been looking into Return to Sender, trying to cancel out hexes and stuff like that too. So full circle, things are just going on. So an inexperienced person, maybe if you, like I just explained, the way I explained that, you can't do it based on what I just explained.
No, I should probably not go home and do this.
No. You need to do some more research and like actually look up like how to properly do it, and
the thoughts and the intentions and all of that. And
what you say and what you write and what you put in it and how long you do it, and it has to be more intentional.
Nobody should be filling up a jar right now.
Nobody, put your jars away, guys.
Folks, please. Put them away.
Put them away. Also, it's 333 right now. I'm just telling you, that's crazy. If you are somebody who is inexperienced in this and you are like, for an example, you are annoying me, and I'm gonna put you in the freezer because I want you to be out of my life and to be, I don't know, having bad times, but you are directly in my life, like we are together all the time,
fairly frequently,
putting a like freeze or a hold on you and like where you are, it's not really gonna do anything for me. You're gonna be stuck where you are, and our position is gonna be the same.
Yeah, so like you're stuck too.
You're stuck here, like where you are. Yeah. And where you are is in my life still, so that one
isn't gonna work.
Could be perceived as your spell backfired. It actually didn't. It didn't go wrong either. You just misused the spell because you didn't know what you were doing. So
got him.
Debunked.
Got him.
Okay, the next one is spirit interference. Okay, bear with me for this one. We talk about ghosts here a lot. That is in our
realm. That's in our wheelhouse.
Our wheelhouse, yes.
I do enjoy chatting.
And this one goes along with the idea that spirits can and do have an impact on us as humans, which they can. And sometimes they'll cross into our reality or our field and impact our surroundings in some way.
Yep.
This idea follows the concept that spirits can have like interference in our actual lives, like physical realities. But in terms of spells, it means that whatever spell was done somehow awoke, irritated, anchored some spirit or ancestor or guide.
Good job, guys.
Either of the practitioner, the person doing the spell, or the subject of their spell. So perhaps you've annoyed a spirit around you for some reason, or maybe the person you're casting the spell on has a very strong, very active spiritual team who's ready to defend them.
That's how I feel, to be honest.
Or maybe you did something improper, or maybe for like not the right reasons, and one of your ancestors is like, you better fix this right now. I don't approve. From what I found, this is usually remedied by reworking or undoing something. So until then, you might be a little bit haunted. Usually this will manifest as you're haunted by something.
You will find out.
You will know.
They won't let you just go on.
That you messed up, okay? And now this is also like, the spell didn't go wrong. It didn't backfire. It just...
You pissed off a spirit.
You pissed something off. And now you gotta deal with it.
Which is even worse. Just don't dabble.
Which is kind of It's karma. That's a scary aspect.
Like, even if karma, come on. Like, I'll take karma.
No, I'll take karma, but like some random
Demon.
ghost is like, hey,
Spirit? No, thank you.
and you don't know what it is or who it is or what they want.
Or how long it's going to be with you, or...
Yeah. Yeah, so that's just one of the explanations, okay? Next is, quote unquote, you got exactly what you asked for.
Oh.
And not really in a good way. This is another classic concept.
Yeah.
When you wish for something and you get exactly what you asked for, but the literal, actual, verbatim thing that you asked for, which really wasn't what you meant to ask for.
Yes, we need to be very careful with our words, and we weren't.
And this is what I mean by intention.
Yeah.
You could have every intention, but if you are unclear in maybe your wording for something, or maybe something will go not to your plan.
We'll all go awry.
Yes. This one kind of goes along with the monkey paw theory, but basically, for lack of a better term, the universe is taking what you've said literally, like actually literally. And maybe you think that this is great, that's what I wanted, but come to find out that's not actually what you wanted, nor is it happening the way that you wanted.
You have no control either.
Example of this could be doing a spell to get a promotion at work, and maybe it happens, but your coworker got sick and now you've taken their job position. I'm not saying that this is inherently the practitioner's fault or that they caused it, but this is what you wanted, but not how you wanted it or wanted to get it, if that makes sense. You got what you wanted, but...
But you didn't.
But did you? On the flip side of this is also getting the opposite of what you asked for, or something totally different. So an example of this could be doing a spell to increase wealth, but suddenly your sister wins the lottery. That's not really what you wanted, but the words you said are important. Maybe you didn't word them correctly. I've seen a lot of people talk about, I did a spell for money to flow in my life, and then all of a sudden they start losing money on things because they didn't specify, I want it to flow to me.
Into my wallet, not out of my wallet.
Exactly. Or like, I really want to increase my finances, but then it's like, and now your rent goes up, all your bills go up. Like,
you have 5 more different expenses to consider.
Exactly. Another example would be like a spell for, I saw this example somewhere, doing a spell for not wanting to go to court, for like a parking ticket, for example. Like, I don't want to go to court. And then you end up being charged a huge fine. You didn't go to court, that's what you asked for, but now look at the consequence of what...
You still just have to pay it.
I saw somebody else saying, like, you don't want to go to court, and then you end up going to jail. Like, you skipped court, but you go to jail. So you got what you asked for.
What legal system are they going...
I don't know.
They need to be tried.
No trial, just straight to jail.
That's illegal.
For a parking ticket.
That's illegal.
That is just my best example to give. You got what you wanted, but it wasn't really what you wanted. This next one, I'm not entirely certain if it's a valid concept or just an attempt at an explanation, but it's kind of a personal theory, one that I sort of came up with. Maybe you don't know what you want. This one is kind of similar to choosing your wording carefully and to be specific, but sometimes that doesn't work. Maybe you did a spell and you did it, I was gonna say front to back. Start to finish, you did all of the steps, you did exactly what you needed to do. Your wording was very clear and concise, and you did it, and it seemed like it went through, but then it doesn't work. Maybe you think you want that one job or that specific person, but deep down, generally in the subconscious where you aren't really aware of it, we talked about that in our dreams episode, maybe that's not what you actually want internally. Let's say you work a spell with the intention of being with your specific person or soulmate, but then you break up and they go no contact. Okay, in that case, it would be like you thought that you wanted to be connected with them forever, but maybe subconsciously you were like, I'm scared to be with them, or I know that he doesn't do commitment.
Or what happens if we are together forever? Like, what does that actually mean?
And then, yes, on the contrary, what if actually your spell works? And then you are together, and then you realize 2 weeks later, oh my god, I actually hate this person.
I trapped myself.
Why did I do this? You thought it was what you wanted, but it wasn't what you needed.
Oh, damn.
Again, this is what we mean by intention. Intention is only part of the equation. All right, this last one, which I think is probably one of the most common explanations or things that we need to discuss. When you do a spell and nothing happens.
It's just like a dud.
Like, just nothing at all. So I was thinking about this when I lit my candle for it to rain.
Girl, we were so busy.
Did it rain?
No, but the amount of people that came to our booth, like, it rained in the amount of people, and, like, the time flew by.
And then again, I wasn't specific enough, like, rain so that everything's canceled. I just said rain, and it rained, so...
Oh my gosh. This weekend, our Saturday rained out.
Yeah.
Not
Okay, so
specific
maybe
enough.
I wasn't specific on the day either.
It said you want rain, I can rain.
I'll make it rain.
On your spooky
I won't tell
road
you
trip.
when, though. Spellwork isn't an exact science, in which I mean that there is no key formula. This plus this will equal this outcome. It's just not like that. Like I said, you could do absolutely every single step, do it correctly, do it clearly, have all of your intention, have your focus, have your spiritually strong, like all of that, and it still couldn't work. I did read somewhere that magic never really fails, per se, but it can often be misguided, misdirected, or not strong enough, or not clear enough, or just the outcome is not visible to you. But it doesn't mean it didn't work, it just means that we can't exactly see the way that that energy is moving or what its effects are.
I feel like that's very fair.
An example of this is like casting a spell to get all of the answers right on a test, and then you end up failing. Firstly, you can't wish for something like that. Having not put in any practice or studying or exactly effort, and then expecting to know all of the information. You could have done a spell to help guide you to the correct answers so that you can get an A, but you did, I just want to get 100%.
Just one hundo.
So it's not that nothing happened, it's just that you couldn't transmute the energy of knowing nothing into knowing everything.
Yeah.
Because you can't go from A to Z, you gotta go through all the alphabet.
Yeah. There's a little bit of process. There's steps.
There's some steps. Another example may be a spell to get your best friend's crush to like them back. Maybe you detail it perfectly, like he wants all of these aspects of my friend. Somebody with dark hair, somebody who likes this, someone who looks like this, like her. This is her age, this is her whatever.
I've been trying, guys.
And then, girl, and then it doesn't work.
Yeah. Yeah, exactly.
Evidently, it doesn't work.
Yeah.
This, again, doesn't necessarily mean that the spell failed, but perhaps the crush is in love with somebody else.
They're learning. They need to learn some life lessons before they get to the good stuff.
Exactly. Or they have a totally different type. So saying they're going to fall in love with someone with XYZ when really they like ABC,
It's just not going to happen.
it's not going to work. And so basically, in short, your spell just wasn't strong enough to change them. It's kind of also going into the idea of free will. Like, we have free will, and you can't take away somebody's free will.
No.
Even if you do all of these things, and yeah, you can curse somebody, and
you're the best of the best.
But when it comes down to things like that, like free will, we as people are not really strong enough to affect that.
No.
In general, it's not about forcing things. Magic should never be about forcing things, in my opinion.
Oh, no. That's where you get into, I think, bad situations. It gets icky. It gets messy.
I would say this is kind of the line between what people call light magic and dark magic.
Yep, I would agree.
And the purpose of what you're doing, why you're doing it, yes, some of your intention, all of that stuff. In general, should more so be about guiding things.
Yeah.
Even if you're trying to bring like good things into your life, like I said a million times, it's not as simple as I want that and now I have it. It's you kind of have to be more like, I would love to attract more things like this, or I would like to guide this into my life, or I would like
to... It's like being specific but also open.
Yes, exactly, that's what it is. This can also manifest in ways like doing a perfect spell to invite wealth to you, but you have an inner feeling or mindset of lack. So like, I don't have it, I won't get it. Why don't I have it? It's never gonna happen. But you're doing a spell that's like trying to invite it in. So it's, I would say, kind of in that sense, it's like two conflicting energies. So then it's kind of like, okay, but
what do you want?
Which one? What
are we actually doing here?
Yeah, you're asking for this, but
thinking and
but
putting
you're
out
thinking
this.
about, yeah, you're putting out this energy, but you're asking for this one.
Yeah.
It's worth it to note and remember in general that there are some things in the world and in life that are just uncontrollable. Like I said, free will exists, and of course you always have control over yourself and your reactions and actions.
That's the only thing you have control over. Yourself and your reactions.
Is you, yes. And this one is a little bit tricky because it's more so beliefs based, but sometimes things are just meant to happen, or not meant to happen, and we don't really know why. We can't see the bigger picture of it. But the way I explain this is it's like rolling a rock down a hill. Once it starts, it's pretty hard to stop it. Your life is like rolling a rock down a hill.
Once you get it going.
Some things are just going. Like you can't be in control of absolutely everything. Unfortunately, that's just not the way it works. Anyways, those analogies aside. Spells are helpful, of course, and I'm not a fully practicing witch. So, like I said, take what I say with a grain of salt. But I think that it's tricky to try to sway or control energies in general, and especially if you don't really know what you're doing.
Yeah.
So in those instances, some spells may backfire in the ways like we talked about. Okay. We talked in depth about spells going wrong or quote-unquote backfiring, but what about spells gone right? What about unhinged spells? What about crazy curses and hexes and the weirdest, most insane spells that actually worked?
That's what I need to hear about.
What about those ones? Okay. Now we're getting into a little segment that I think that you guys might be aware of, you might be familiar with.
Ready reads. Ready reads. Ready read. We're reading from Reddit.
Oh.
Reading from Reddit. Ready reads.
Ooh.
Pretend like I had like a little like what is it?
Tambourine.
Yes.
Okay, welcome to the Reddit read segment of the show.
One of my all-time favorites.
Everybody's favorite. Like,
cannot tell. This is my favorite thing.
These are some stories about spells, obviously. I'm talking weird spells, successful spells, spells gone wrong, crazy spells. Basically just a bunch of stories about spells that I've read about or heard about that I've compiled together. Mm-hmm. Heavy story times today, okay?
The extended version.
Mm-hmm. Some of these are short, most of them are pretty short, but it's just like firsthand experiences with things having to do with spells. Some of them are spells about somebody who cast the spell.
Yeah.
Some of them are about people on the receiving end of things. Okay, without further ado,
let's get into it.
Our first story. I started seeing a gal, not the type I normally go for, but she was attractive, and a mutual friend said she was completely stupid over me, so I figured, what the hell?
You know, I've been there too.
Break my dry spell, if nothing else.
Oh my.
I ended up hanging around for the sex and even expressed that I wasn't interested in a serious relationship, but she had other ideas about where it was going. Mm-hmm. Out of nowhere, a few months into hanging out, I just couldn't get enough. She became intoxicating to me and I needed to be around her. I started getting possessive and dependent, and it was clearly an unhealthy obsession, but she loved it. I was sprung, and I don't get like that easily. My grandma was the one who figured out she had been feeding me cuckoo soup.
No.
It says Menzies, by the way, in my food to cross me up. It took my grandma and her practitioner friend 3 days of intense work to get that shit off of me. Basically, an exorcism. Be wary of the red sauce, fellas. I won't eat a woman's spaghetti till I'm sure she's not working on me.
She was giving him cuckoo soup.
Cuckoo soup.
In the form of spaghetti.
So she was adding a secret ingredient to her tomato sauce or to her soup, but what she was adding was her menstrual blood. Yeah, that's what she was doing.
No.
Yes.
No.
Yes.
I think I missed that part.
I think you missed that.
What are you talking about?
You missed when I said Menzies? So I did say
I thought it was like we're on the Menzies. Like we're on the men's.
No. I did say these were some were unhinged. This is one of those. I'm not defending, okay? I'm not defending it. But there is kind of an ancient practice.
I would think it would be pretty old.
That women would do, basically trying to get a man to be in love with her, or to like win his favor, or for him, whatever, to get with someone. I'm
glad you read that and picked that up, because
in things that I've seen and things that I've read, I think that it was like traditionally you would bake a pie and you would put a little bit of your Menzies in the pie, and then you bring the pie over to the man's house and you go,
here's my coochie pie,
eat all of it, and then he's in love with you, and then you get married.
My goodness.
Yeah. So that's one of those. So that's another thing. That's another thing in spell work is using blood. I do have another one which I will be explaining a little bit more in the next one, but blood is often,
blood is on the topic.
It's often a theme. Yeah.
Now, here's our next Reddit reads. Quote unquote. I did a blood binding spell on my boyfriend about a year and a half now, when we had been seeing each other for about 4 months. It was kind of impulsive and just for fun. I don't know how much I thought it was actually going to do, and now I have no choice but make it work when I'm feeling flighty. Here's a reminder that binding spells work both ways. This is lighthearted. I love him very much.
So basically this person did a love binding spell to keep after 4 months of dating, to keep her boyfriend, and they've now been together for a year and a half, and she's like, he's not going anywhere. He ain't going anywhere.
He's stuck.
So, blood binding, or blood magic in general, is pretty powerful, especially when doing spells involving other people.
Yeah.
It usually entails using your own blood or the blood of the subject of the spell.
Did she use her Menzies blood too?
Perhaps.
Oh my gosh.
While doing a binding spell. So a binding spell is basically metaphysically tying somebody to a person, place, or object.
Guys, I don't think we should do this.
You do you. You do you. I wouldn't suggest it. I wouldn't even encourage it. But you do you.
Yep. Mm-hmm.
That's just some things about blood spells and binding spells.
I love it.
So, just a little extra one for you. Okay, the next one says, I put a protective charm on my home so that anyone who steals from my house will enjoy a little surprise. A guy stole my tenant's PlayStation, and then his house caught on fire a few days later. Oh, this is a separate one, but same person.
Yep.
I also did a candle spell at my outdoor altar that a friend would make it across the country in time to say goodbye to her grandma. Rain started, and the candle kept burning for hours, much longer than a little altar candle normally would, in spite of the rain, until roughly the time her plane landed and she got her last hug. My husband noticed that when I walk in the rain, I stay dry. So this person...
She's witchy.
She's witchy. She lit a candle and she said, girl, you're getting home on time.
She said.
And then the candle burned out as soon as her friend
landed.
Got to say her goodbye to her grandma.
Oh. That's
kind of a cool one.
That's a nice one.
Did I read that one? Okay.
Yeah. I stay dry.
Did you say that?
You said the purple.
I did. Okay.
Our next one says, well, this is embarrassing. When I was a teenager starting out in witchcraft, I charmed an apple pie with a love... Why do I get... with an apple pie with a love spell incantation from the Simon Necromonon.
I'm not really sure what that is.
Necromonon.
I'll look it up. You keep reading, but
something about... It's probably something about dead things, and it's a
I see the necro, so I'm thinking...
And gave it to a guy I was interested in. He wasn't hungry at the time and said he would eat it later. Then 2 days later, I received a phone call from his younger brother, who pursued me relentlessly with sexual advances. It turns out that his brother had eaten the pie instead of the guy I liked. I wasn't interested in the younger brother, obviously. But he wouldn't take no for an answer. He was obsessed. He would show up at my home or my workplace, professing his love for me. It took a powerful banishing spell on him and a purification protection spell on me to get rid of him. Lesson learned.
Mm-hmm.
Girl.
So that would be an example of a backfired spell.
Yeah, maybe
While you had every intention of getting this guy,
it could have worked.
It didn't really backfire. It worked.
It worked.
It just worked a little
on the wrong person.
Too well, and on the brother. The Simon Necronomicon. It's a book. It's like a magic grimoire.
Oh,
allegedly by this guy called the Mad Arab. Okay. But it's basically it's basically a book that is a collection of magic rites and conjurations. So like spells, but most of them are intended to ward off evil or to invoke the elder gods to your aid. So I think it's kind of an ancient writing thing.
So maybe not to get a guy to fall in love with you?
Yeah, but
to each their own.
But I wonder if that was an example of the pie. Maybe she put her menzies in there.
Oh my gosh.
And unfortunately the brother ate it.
No menzie pies.
Right. Don't accept pie. if you're dating somebody, you just started dating, and they bring you a pie unannounced, unprovoked, for no reason,
maybe don't eat it.
Just be wary of that. All right, the next one says, I've been practicing a fair few years now, but I got heartbroken and it hit me hard. I decided a curse was in order and everything that could go wrong while I was doing it did, accumulating in 2 lighters spontaneously combusting.
I would have stopped there.
And the candle I made, it was completely safe, nothing in or on it, literally exploded, covering me and my kitchen in hot wax. That's when I finally stopped and listened to being told that it was being taken care of, and it wasn't my place to interfere. I now do divination before any type of life-changing spells. I think a lot of us are guilty at some point of forgetting the bigger picture, and that just because we want something doesn't mean we'll get it. As a side note, his life went to absolute shit.
Yes.
The girl who was over 20 years younger than him, who he cheated with, dumped him. He lost at least 2 jobs that I know of, and through my job last year, I found out he'd been taken to court over non-payment of bills. Divine plans. So they tried. But this is what I mean by some things are just meant to happen. And sometimes you can try as you might to interfere, but if you're not meant to, it's not going to work. But then see, his life
went to shit.
His life went to shit.
Oh, like that.
Uh-huh.
Our next one. I cursed a man for a client, and they ended up getting in 2 car crashes. Their business went under. Their business partner quit on them. Debt collectors are hounding them. He was hospitalized for high blood pressure. He gets constant migraines now, which is why he got into the car wreck in the first place. His mistress left him, and the list goes on. And 6 months later, their life is still falling apart.
I just thought it was funny because I was like, oh my god, that's like...
It's just like, I did it.
It's not like, I just want him to have bad luck. It's like, no, I want every single thing in his life to fall apart.
Just shit.
Car accidents, no job, no girlfriend, bald, like, all of these things.
No job, losing your money.
Losing your money, everybody hates you.
Going to court.
And on top of it, you're bald.
You look like a shit person. It sucks to suck.
That's like nothing against bald people. It's against men who are shitty, and I hope that they're bald.
It just
goes the least you deserve.
Hand in hand.
Okay, this one is slightly longer. A few years ago, while I was in high school, I messed around with cursing people. Just a little fun hobby, I guess. Aside from looking up the spells, I had and have 0 knowledge or experience in witchcraft and spellcasting.
Perfect time to get into it.
Some of the curses I used involved graveyard dirt mixed with ashes of a paper with the person's name written on it and dropped in a place where they will walk past. Their name on a paper, propped against a lit black candle, and circling the candle, chanting, what goes around comes around 10 times.
Oh my gosh.
Then burning the paper in the candle flame. I did cast others, but I can't remember since that was a good 5 years ago.
5 years.
Now, being the naive teen I was, I ignored all of the warnings to cast protective wards around myself in case a curse backfired, and, well, here I am now asking how to break a backfired curse. I'm sure I'm cursed because I have been having shit luck for the past few years and am totally and completely isolated and invisible. My efforts to meet people are getting nowhere, and after a year of trying, no matter where, how, or what I do, nothing's working. I tried Tinder, I've tried here on Reddit, and I'm as natural and chill as anyone else. I don't know what else it could be. The loneliness is starting to screw me up bad. I realized today I was probably getting into some heavy duty shit because this curse must be hella powerful to influence people living in a different state and to even influence other people at all. I do remember looking for the most legit hexes and curses I could find, and I passed those that involved a mere chant and used those that involved phases of the moon, a hair of the cursee stolen from them, and the likes. Like, honestly, don't even have words.
We could chant, but I could just go full in on it.
I could chant, but what if I got graveyard dirt and a piece of somebody's hair?
And burn them together.
That is like going 0 to 100 for no reason. You're just throwing curses for fun. And like really deep, heavy curses.
Shits and gigs, why not?
For
What's gonna go wrong, Sarah?
What could go wrong except for this? And now this person has nobody...
Literally everything.
Nobody in their life.
Mm-hmm.
I want, like, again about the, like, backfiring doesn't really... It's not really a thing with magic, but maybe that was a consequence of, like, you did a bunch of wishing harm onto other people, and now it came back to you in the form of, okay, now you have no people in your life. It is what it is.
It is what it is, guys.
That's very crazy though. I don't remember. I didn't read it when most of these I
copy
don't
and paste it.
Yeah, most of them I just skim through it if it seems interesting, but I like missed the part about graveyard dirt and like having a piece of somebody's hair.
You know how we mentioned you can use some tools? They just went for the big tools.
They went for
the big tools.
The big tools. Sometimes you can just light a candle. I don't know.
Have you tried? Chanting, lighting a candle. Any of those before you got the graveyard
dirt, yeah. Also them being like, I have no idea what I'm doing. Maybe...
But I grabbed graveyard dirt and I did this and this.
And a piece of their hair.
And burned this.
And burned this and did this and did chanting. And oh my god.
Oh, red flag. Okay, on to our next story. November last year, I was going through a very difficult time with my body image and was extremely insecure with myself. I attempted to do a spell for beauty and weight loss, thought I protected myself enough, but mustn't have been clear enough with my intentions. I usually end my spells by saying, let this happen with no harm to myself or others, but I can't remember if I did say that this time. December, I got sick with some mysterious illness that caused me to vomit up food and water, and I haven't been right since. I've lost 30 kilograms. They're obviously English because they said 4.7 stones, but also 30 kilograms is like 60 pounds.
60 pounds, yeah.
In 6 months. I've gone to the doctors, had colonoscopies, endoscopes, blood work, scans, medications, the lot. This last week, I've been in the hospital as I've been shaking uncontrollably from pain and vomiting. Everything I try to eat, and the doctors are scratching their heads as I seem to be healthy. Only early this morning that I remember the spell work I did, and now I'm kicking myself thinking that maybe this could have happened because of my spell work. Or you're sick.
Yeah, I will just say that it's with the cause and effect thing trying to combine, but it could go into the theory of you got exactly what you wanted to get, but the way that you got it was unhealthy or maybe not what you were really asking for.
The right way. Yeah.
It could also be like the energy that you were putting out. We can't really, especially if you can't see what it's doing, like actually how it's manifesting and changing things. Our last little story. I decided to try and do something on a bigger scale for the first time. I needed a big manifestation for a series of 3 fortunate events to happen in a row so I could get what I needed, and it had 3 days remaining for those things to happen and about a 50% chance for them to happen the way I wanted. Okay, this is like statistics.
I love the numbers and the math that you put into this, my friends.
I've considered myself a beginner witch for years already and thought I was ready to do a spell that was bigger than just the simple use of herbs or cleansing daily use stuff. I made sure to clean the place before doing the spell. I cleansed the tools and searched every ingredient before actually putting it into use.
This is we're doing our work. Good.
And at the end, I cleansed myself and went to sleep. See, doing all the steps. I made sure my intentions on the spell were very clear, specific, and in present tense. I always write them down for better focus and to make sure it won't happen something unexpected. And also made sure to stay free of anxiety, to not attract bad stuff. I was pretty confident it worked. On the very next day, the spell not only backfires, but also everything happened exactly the opposite way I wrote it down.
Oh, good. Good.
Even bad things that I thought had no way to happen, happened. And for the next 3 days was unfortunate event after another. Everything went downwards. No matter how much I would think, no, it'll get better, it just kept getting worse. There was nothing else on that one, and it's kind of a weird one.
Just left us hanging.
A weird way to, like, leave it on that note. But, like, everything went...
From bad to
worse. She thought she did all of the steps exactly the way that they needed to go. And it still didn't work. And in fact, it brought her the opposite.
Could this be karma?
Maybe. I think that if there ever was to be a backfiring spell, this might be the one example of, like, actually something that backfired on you. Because she did everything right and then got the opposite of what she wanted. That's a crazy one. All right. Those are just a couple of stories I found that were interesting or crazy or funny. Kind of first-hand accounts of spells, both working and maybe not working so well. Now, if you listeners, have any of your own spells gone wrong or spells gone right stories, we want to hear them. You can send your stories to ttalestalks@gmail.com or send them to us through our spooky story submissions form in our Linktree.
And if you guys enjoyed this episode, don't forget to follow the podcast and share it with all of your fellow Twitchy Witchies. And you can find us on Instagram at ttalestalks to keep up to date with what we're doing and whenever our new episodes drop.
Yeah. And until we meet again, our Twitchy Witchy friends, stay spooky and don't let your tea get cold. Hell yeah.